guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts to Icons. And as always, guys, if you are enjoying the series, please do leave a like on the video. It really does sort of keep me... The reason I ask for that, basically, is because it keeps me able to gauge kind of how well people are still sort of engaging with the series, and that's sort of how I judge things. So when it drops, I always get a little bit worried, but, you know, if you are still enjoying the series, please do drop a like on the video. Now, we're going to do a quick question of the day, of course. Why wouldn't we? Let's have a quick gander, because as usual, I've forgotten to actually take a gander at my list. Let's see. What's your favourite career mode and Football Manager series on YouTube other than your own? Well, I wasn't going to pick my own, was I now? Basically, and like a lot of people, like a lot of FM YouTubers, actually don't watch that much FM on YouTube. I used to watch a lot of Work the Space back before I started doing YouTube, but unfortunately, FM videos tend to be quite long, and I'm obviously guilty of that myself, as you well know, at times, particularly in our last Outcast to Icons episode. I do apologise for that one. But basically, I haven't really watched an FM series properly this year, and it sucks because I really did enjoy watching them last year, but there just isn't the time to keep up with it, particularly not... I got watched a bit when I got ill, so I've watched a few sort of experiment videos and stuff like that. But as for sort of career mode on, I assume you mean FIFA, the only person in terms of career mode that I actually watch is Cutsy, the Youth Squad Legends series at the moment. Basically, I don't know. I just haven't really managed to get into any other series. I might start changing on FIFA 16, particularly if I start producing content for it myself. I might get a bit more into it. But at the moment, I don't know. That's not really what I watch on YouTube, really. I have a really strange sort of YouTube taste. It's kind of different to what I actually produce. But there you go. What do you guys like? Who do you like watching on YouTube in terms of FM or FIFA? You know, see if we got. I do watch other FIFA YouTubers. Let's put that. You know, I watch people like Spencer, and God knows, and who else? You know, Nepenthes, people like that. Herder of Buffalo, but that's not career mode usually. That's almost exclusively Ultimate Team and things like that. So, if you've got any ideas for a question today, drop me in the comments with the hashtag QOTD. Right. One thing, basically, the guys, you'll be probably wondering why we haven't seen the sort of girlfriend trivia thing yet. That will be coming soon, I promise. Basically, I no longer have access to the camera that I used for the vlog video, and I don't want to record it on this shitty 15 FPS webcam, basically. So, I might have to invest in a decent camera, and if I do get a decent camera, that means face cam, proper face cam in every single episode, basically. I'm going to get a decent camera. If I'm going to do it right, I'm going to do it right. So that's what I'm going to try and do. So hopefully it'll be up soon when I can sort of scrape together the money for this camera, because it's not super cheap. It's not stupidly expensive, but it's not exactly cheap either. So hopefully that will be coming soon, along with some other cool fancy things now that we'll have a camera, so we can do kind of new things. The other thing is, Di Placido has already broken the goal scoring record for Roma in a season. And I think that must be based on this save, because to me, it seems like a Roma player would have scored more goals than this in all comps at some point in their history, for me, anyway. So we've only got two games to talk about briefly before we get into the crunch match against Atletico today, but we're still going to go through them properly. They were tough ones as well, or it would have been on an earlier part of this save, no doubt. Milan are struggling a little bit on their return to the top flight, and we basically took advantage of that. They were really quite good in this game, though. They really did match us. They committed a few too many fouls, which I think might have been part of the problem, really, with Zivkovic scoring not one, but two beautiful free kicks. I couldn't believe it. This man is a free kick... he is in another league when it comes to free kicks, and unfortunately the 17 fouls that Milan committed really did contribute to that in quite a massive sense, basically. We did find ourselves 3 goals to the good here, with 2 goals from Zivkovic, of course the token gesture goal from Marcelo Di Placido, and yeah, I cannot believe how good this man is. He's just continued to be fantastic. He may not have scored in that Chelsea game, but my God, he's still such a good player. I think there's going to be a lot fewer games that he's going to not score in, let's put it that way. They did get one back through Gabriel Salas, but then a Luka Zuko, which is a glorious name, own goal, made it 4-1, which flattered us massively. Let's make no mistakes. They also only made 1 substitution, which is surprising as well, but what can you do? So there we go. Zivkovic, man of the match, of course. The final game of this episode that we need to talk about is against Genoa, and I was a little bit worried. Genoa are a really top team, and they're battling with us right up at the very top of this league. And I think that 4-2 is a little bit harsh, but I suppose, you know, with the result we got against Milan, this one kind of balances that out a little bit. Once again, a brace from Di Placido, though, and we actually led this one 2-1 at half-time, which is what was so disappointing. And we managed to hold on at least with a draw until the 83rd minutes, when that old enemy of ours, or old hero for us at Granada, Luis, made it 3-2 to Genoa. Disappointing, before Luca Valzania made it 4-2. And I don't know. I feel like we probably should have had a bit more from this game. At least a draw would have been nice, but that's kind of how the cookie crumbles, isn't it, really? So that leaves the league looking like this. It's very tight at the top. We could still go level on points with Juve with a win, because we do have that extra game in hand over the teams below us. So we could at least sort of keep that gap to those Champions League places going nicely. But the fact is, I'm determined to get into the title race this year, to be honest. We're starting to stretch our goal difference a little bit, but we do still need to cut down on the amount of goals we're conceding. That's the main issue for us. We may be the top scorers, but we need to stop conceding as many. Bari are having an absolute mess down at the bottom with 6 points so far, and Lazio are really struggling to adapt as well. They may have only lost 4 games, which is equal to us, but they've also only won once in their first 15, which is pretty poor. As you can see, Di Placido, 21 league goals in 14 matches is just... I don't even know how. Caterini as well with 10 assists in that time. Zivkovic, as you can see, also getting up on here because he's sheer class in every single game. Taking a little look at the squad while we're here. Top goal scorer, of course, 27 goals in 21 appearances for Di Placido. Holy shit. If we play a full season with cups and Europa and UEFA Champions League games, he's probably going to get to around sort of 50 something games. If he carries on like this, he's going to be getting at least sort of 60 goals for us this year, which could start to rival Norman Millington territory, I have to say. I really do. Zivkovic has 11 though, which is pretty solid as well. Caterini with the 12 assists really is giving us a hell of a time in that position. Key passes, Zivkovic is leading that from the right, which is very impressive. We've had some... He wants to leave to join Chelsea, and I've said, all right, fine, 80 million and they can have him. He's worth like 8, so probably not going to be going to Chelsea anytime soon. In fact, he is worth 8, as you can see there. Right, let's get into the game today, guys. I'm sort of making up for the fact that last time's episode was stupidly long by trying to make this one a little bit more bite-sized, and it's been made easier by the fact that we've had less games to talk about, basically. Also, our scout reports on the guy we're bringing in, I can't remember his name, Drupal, or something like that, Erwig Drupal. Drupal? He is now a 4-star player. So looks like I was right in my predictions about this lad. I didn't think that he looked as bad as that. I'm hoping that when he joins, we'll get something really good out of him, and he's going to be the perfect player to either replace or join Geronimo Garcia on that left side. I'm also going to go shopping in January for some centre-backs to get some defensive systems going, basically. I'm still sort of looking at players at the moment. Not got anyone in mind just yet. But I was amazed that Di Placido beat their goal-scoring record by December. By December, guys. So, it's Chelsea and us. Basically, Chelsea will surely beat Levski, so we've essentially got to go here and beat Atletico, which I am not overly confident in our ability to do, to be honest. But we're going to give it a crack anyway. We're leading the group, but sort of that's a little bit deceptive. Wang Jong-ho, as you can see, is actually back, but he's not got match fitness back yet, so he's getting some games under his belt to try and improve. He has come off the bench once for us so far, but it's going to be a little while, I think, before he can really consider himself back properly. So, let's do this. I don't think we're going to win this game. I think that the fact that if we'd have beaten them at home, we'd have been in a much stronger position, but that 1-1 draw in a game that we really did play well in is what's going to cost us, I think. And I think we will end up coming second in the group. But the point is we're still qualified, and that means we're going to end up playing someone pretty damn good, I'd have to say, in the next round, which could be a little bit poor. I don't know why it's doing this thing where it takes ages to process again. They are the favourites. We're all good on that, I think. Yep, good. Right then. And again, he's been rested. Falcao has really sort of struggled a bit as of late. So yeah, let's just get... They're playing a very narrow system. It's actually not dissimilar to my Obelisk system from Paris FC, but it's slightly more... well, it's got 2 strikers for a start, but it is certainly very narrow. And that might actually play into our hands a little bit, as we do have a bit of width. But we've still got plenty of bodies in the middle too, so this could actually work in our favour. And that might explain why we played so well against them in the home leg of this, if they played a similar system, which I believe they did. Slight variation on that, if I remember correctly. But we still have to be at our best there. Kovacic now out wide, whips it in. Everard, oh, good. Oh, for fuck's sake. And a rebound goal kicks things off and makes it 1-0 to Atletico Madrid. The perfect start, I think you'll agree. We've got to hope for something really with Levski and Chelsea now, basically, but I just don't think that they're going to win. I think that Levski are at home, if I remember. I didn't actually see it on the thing, so I hope that they're the home team in their games, the biggest of all upsets. But we were just so lackadaisical here. Everyone's got so much time on the ball. It's an initially brilliant save from Brignoli, and he's never getting up to replace that. We should have followed that in better than that, but Oliver can't really complain too much. It's a goal. It's 1-0 to Atletico. Let's see if we can get things going again, though. They've certainly had the better of the early exchanges, that is for sure. Elvis now, getting it. Oh, Van Aken now, and absolutely no one there. Timofeyev. We've got most of their bases covered, so to speak. So, here we go. Now they've got a bit more space. They've got that extra man, and that might... I'm just trying to think of a good way to get through this. There we go. Arapi will clear that up. The issue for us is we don't have the strongest of defenders, and I think that could come back and bite us today. Di Placido does well, but he's up against 2 people there. We are not getting a touch on the ball. Oh, what about that? Should have done a lot better with the chance there. We are not looking good to start with here. We're not getting any of the ball, and we are on counter, and... I'm just not entirely sure where to go with this one at the moment. The tactic clearly isn't working, but we don't really have a backup, which sometimes does bite us, but I just don't... I have so much faith in this tactic at times that... Almost too much, perhaps. Right. we've not been good enough. Let's firstly do this, and we can try and sort out a way to make this a little bit more favourable for us, shall we? Let's have a little gander. Let's have a little look at the analysis. I don't normally do this, but there's obviously something that they're doing well, and they're getting a lot of shots, and the shots are not exactly from far out either. I'm just wondering if... What are we doing on tactics here? I'm just wondering if we actually just drop a little deeper. It might just put a line there, and it might actually prevent them from getting into those positions, because they're getting in behind us quite clearly. And if we just drop a tiny bit deeper, it might just hold the... Ooh, it might just hold the line back a little and prevent them from getting in behind. That's the plan. It's a random suggestion. I don't know really what to do. It's not going to affect the overall style of the tactic too much, which is kind of why I'm interested in it a little bit more. We do need to mark him a bit better. They haven't had a shot on target since, but they're still shooting a fair amount. We just need that one goal. Because at the moment, Chelsea are still drawing, and it would just take that one goal, a 1-1 draw here. You know, catch them on the break. It would be massively against the run of play, but it would be enough to win us the group, amazingly. Elvis, now to Catarini. He's got Di Placido running through. Can he find him? No, he can't. That is an absolutely useless pass. Genuinely awful. Van Aken. I can only see this going one way at the moment, but that's it. They're backing off a little bit more and not... Oh, he's going to get slipping straight in there. What are you doing, guys? Why are you allowing that to happen? Okay. But it is still 1-0 for now. But I can't see it lasting. We've not been good enough today. They've been so good. Actually, surprisingly good. And Levski are beating Chelsea. Levski are winning at Stamford Bridge, amazingly. And at the moment, even though we're 2 goals down here, with that in mind, I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and absolutely overload them for the rest of this game. We've got to try and do something here. With Chelsea losing, we could still win the group despite losing here. But we've got to try and do something. Let's just throw it on overload and see if we can get ourselves... And yet another rebound goal, by the way, guys. That's 2 rebound goals today. They don't deserve those goals, but they deserve to be winning this game comfortably. Well, they do deserve them. Let's face it, they do. They've been massively better than us. And right, here we go. Catarini now. Di Placido. Let's get a goal back. Let's get us some confidence back. Geronimo. Oh, there we go. Mainardi, of all people. The right back getting forward. Federico Mainardi. Atletico 2. Roma 1. Is it game on? I'm going to go with probably no, would be the answer to that one. But the point is it doesn't matter because we've got the goal. And is it Catarini? No, it's Garcia. Putting the ball in. I don't know what Mainardi's even doing there, but it doesn't matter. On the volley. Goalkeeper nowhere near it. 2-1. Oh, wow. Is there more? I still think that Chelsea are going to turn the game around, and that's the problem. For us, really. We're going to have to give it our best shot. We're just going to have to throw it at them and see whether we can come up with something, put them under a bit of pressure, make them sort of try to defend the lead. A little bit. Everard. Kovacic, so much space. Everard and Brignoli makes an absolutely stunning save. I'm just going to do a little team talk here, and actually I will make a sub too, what we're talking about. Time to push forward. Go on, guys. Right, we'll just quickly move this on a little bit, and then I'll make my first substitution. Not entirely sure who it's going to be just yet. We've got another bloody highlight. Right, I'm going to get Falcao in there, in the centre. And I'm also going to get Lorenzo in at the back for Arapi, because he's a good player. He's just not quite had the fitness levels. I might also get... In fact, screw it. I'm going to make a triple sub. We're going to go for this. We're going to get Capra on. He's just not... Again, we're rotating. We're going to get sort of 3 really strong players to come off the bench and give this a good old... Give it the good old college try. Asiedo. Oh, Everard. And he's once again brilliantly denied by Brignoli. He's been our saviour in between the sticks tonight. There's still 20 minutes to go. If we earn anything from this game, firstly, we wouldn't really deserve it, but it wouldn't matter to me because at the moment, we are somehow still going to win the group. It only takes 1 goal, though, from Chelsea, and that all changes, basically, so we've got to be careful. We haven't been able to do what this system requires, which is controlling the ball. And if you can't do that, we really are going to struggle. Asiedo. Oh, he smashed it low and hard. That is a great finish from Asiedo. That's a shame. But at the moment... Oh, it's disallowed. Okay, he's offside. I wasn't totally sure if he was or not. That looked a little bit suspect to me. Let's have a little gander. Oh, very, 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 very tight. You can count himself a little bit unlucky with that one, really. It was very much borderline, so to speak. We've still got 20 minutes to go. Chelsea are still losing. And at the moment, we are still winning the group. Lorenzo now. Capra. Oh, surely not. Capra having a little crack. Oh... Damn it, we've got a lot of players committed now. But that's the danger of going on overload. All kinds of space here. Should win this comfortably. Peluso, though, does well to mop that up. And back to Brignoli. Into Capra. Can he win the header? He can. Zivkovic picks it up. We've got men coming forward here. Zivkovic, Catarini, Di Placido with the strike, and Paulinho there in goal. Clearly, I assume it's a different Paulinho, or he's been retrained because he was just that bad. Correa now. That was a really good opportunity, but he was just a little too far out, really, to be scoring that. That was the issue. Everard now. Wonderful tackle from Mainardi, and we should be winning that. Asiedo, he's got to score here. Doesn't score. Yet again, denied. They've had 7 clear-cut chances in this game and scored 2 goals. If I was their manager, I'd be absolutely gutted, because they've had some really good opportunities, and Brignoli has just been an absolute monster between the sticks for us today. But I still think there's a third goal coming. Look at the space we're giving them. Correa now, he's got to score. He does. It's 3-1 to Atletico, but at the moment, Chelsea are still losing at home to Levski. They've gone off the boil to such an extent that I'm a little bit worried for them. I can't believe they've gone so far off the boil. They were 7 points clear at the top of this group at one point, and now they're going to come... Well, they're only going to go... I presume they can't possibly... actually, I'm wondering what their results were against Atletico. Well, clearly they can't finish above them because of the way things are at the moment, but they're only going to survive as groups runner-up at this stage by the skin of their teeth. I'm just leaving it on overload at the moment just because I'm not really sure what else we can do. Correa and Brignoli makes the save. They've been the better side, full credit to them. They've created 8 clear-cut opportunities, and when you do that kind of thing, you have to win the game, and they have done. Don't concede a penalty. That is a beautiful tackle, though. Di Placido brings this down. He's got men running in support. Can he pick one out? He can. It's Capra. He's got support too. Di Placido. Catarini's through on goal here. Will he shoot? Oh, well blocked. Garcia, can he pick a pass out? He does, and it's cleared away again. Garcia will bring it down. It's going to be cleared. But hey, a chance was created, and it counted as a clear cut. And with 2 minutes to go, we look like we're actually going to win the group. Levski must be defending for their lives against Chelsea. But hey, it plays perfectly into our plan. Catarini now, we're going to break again. Capra loses the ball. They just need to be that little bit better in possession today. We've just not been at the races when it comes to possession, and usually if we struggle to get much possession of the ball, we struggle with this system, and most of the time we've got players that are good enough to keep it, but Atletico have sort of actually quite neutralised us quite well today. Everard now with the long ball, Correa's through, and that looked offside as well, actually. I have to say, that must be offside. Yeah, I thought so. That one was a little bit less clear-cut. Sorry, a lot more clear-cut, I should say. I tried to keep this episode short, and this game just seems to have gone on for bloody ever. But hey, it's been quite a nail-biter, really, because it's still all up for grabs if Chelsea get that goal. That could ruin us, but at the moment, we're actually going to end up winning the group with a negative goal difference, which... I wonder if that's been done before. I assume it probably has, but it does look as though... There it is. Atletico 3, Roma 1. Irrelevant, because we've won the group. They were disappointing. I'm sorry, but they were. But it doesn't matter overall, because Levski have beaten Chelsea 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. That's surprising. That is all I can really say on that one. That is surprising. Now, obviously, we'll have the draw for the next round, but that won't be for a little while yet. So we'll do that in a separate episode, of course, because that's much later in the year. But there you go. We are through as group winners, no doubt. So let's just have a little gander at see who we're going to be playing, potentially. We could be playing Hoffenheim, reigning champions, remember. Not quite as easy as you'd think. Stade Reims, I'd like that. I wouldn't mind them. Metalist, take that. Zenit, wouldn't be awful. Napoli, difficult. Wow, I can't believe they've come second in that group. Barcelona, oh, for the love of God. Man City, it's a bit of a mixed bag, really, but we'll see what happens in the next episode. So, guys, if you like what you've seen, and if you like what you've seen, yeah, then please do drop a like on this video. We're getting through to the next round as group winners, no less. I'm not entirely sure what game it will be in the next episode. It's probably going to... Should we do the derby against Lazio in the Coppa Italia? I think that might be quite fun, actually, to do a bit of a heated game. We haven't done a derby yet, so I think that might be quite a fun one to do. So, guys, yeah, if you like what you've seen, please do drop a like on the episode. We'll try and get it over 150 if we can. That'd be fantastic, or even more. If you feel like going for more, then do it. If you'd like to even more than that, please do subscribe to my channel for more Outcast icons and From the Shadows in your inbox every other day at 7 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode for a crunch match against Lazio. Hopefully we'll have our new boy playing for us by then, so who knows what will happen then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.